Hello my beautiful souls. So while I am recording videos for you, I decided to do Facebook Live as well. So here I am and I want to share with you how basically being happy, basically being selfish was the best thing I ever did. And yes, it's very connected to my happiness, to feeling happy, feeling fulfilled. And the reason why I want to share it out with the world is probably because this is also the lessons that I need to implement more in my life. I need to stop feeling guilty for being so selfish. I need to stop feeling like I will disappoint people if I listen to my gut feeling, if I listen to whatever feels right for me. So the main reason why I'm sharing it all out with you is probably because it makes me feel good and I need to hear it. But the second reason is also because I believe that this can really shift your perception, it can really shift your life. And I'm not kidding about it. I am very, very serious. Because especially people that are involved into the personal development industry, or that you just find yourself working on yourself. You find that you want to become a better person, you want to contribute more to this world, so you decided to go on a journey and try to figure it all out. And now, as a consequence of you learning the new thing, you have this huge desire that you want to help others. And that's perfect. We all have it. We all want to help others, and we all want to share our knowledge and wisdom with people. However, the thing is that usually we want to push our help to people way too much. We want to help people that don't really want to be helped. We want to get them to understand the lesson even though they're not ready. And the thing is that this is a very short-term gain. If you are trying to help someone that is not willing to receive the help, you're making yourself miserable because you see that there is no improvement. And on the other hand, you're also making other people believe that they're not good enough as they are. So you're not making any good to this world, actually. And the reason why I believe that being selfish is the best thing I ever did is because I have a lot of proofs around it. And I can start with my family. And this is basically the situation that really helped me be more selfish. The thing is that, as a child or someone that is working on themselves, you always want to help the closest people around you. So you want to help your parents, you want to help your siblings, and you want to help your friends, obviously. So as I start tapping more into meditations and more into theta healing and all the other stuff that I'm doing, I started to learn how to ask for guidance, how to ask my higher self to tell me what to do. So whenever I see someone around me suffering, whether it was my parents or my closest friends or brothers, I always asked my higher self, what should I do? The answer was always, and I mean always, the same. It was, take care of yourself. Do what makes you happy. Be happy. Be the example. And I start having this ideas in my head back in 2016 when I got to the point of inner suffering, and I got to the point of well, I really need to start relying on myself. I really crave my own self helping me out. So I started relying on myself, and I realized that if I'm just helping people and I get attached to what my help will do for them, if they don't get a certain result, I feel miserable. And it was a chain reaction when I wasn't selfish, when I was just like getting out to the world, it was because in the end I was selfish, but in a bad way. I was giving out to the world so that someone would say to me, oh, you did an amazing job, you really transformed my life, so that I'll feel happy. But the thing is, the real selfishness that I'm talking about in my booklet and I'm gonna talk about in the future videos is about taking 100% responsibility for yourself, taking responsibility for your happiness, doing whatever you can do to make yourself happy and stay in these emotions of feeling happy. And the only reason how you can do it is just follow whatever you feel like doing it, even if that means disappointing people. So for example, like I said, with my family, I always wanted to help my parents, and I was like, how can I help them? Like, what should I do in order for them to grow, to start seeing the things that the way I see them? And the answer was always the same: help yourself, do whatever feels right for you. So I did. And whenever I decided to move back from like wherever I was, whether from Toronto back home or from London back home, I was at home for another like 3 months or something. And then what happened was that people start relying on my help too much. It was like I became the source of happiness for people around me. And I started feeling like I'm choking. And I'm not joking here. I was like, I felt like I was losing my freedom. I was not able to be the source of happiness for all the people around me. So I started faking it. I started faking me being okay so that I wouldn't disappoint other people because I couldn't lift them up the other way. So this thing started repeating, and it was the most severe was this, like the past year, so in 2017, in October and November when I was back home, and I just felt like so many people were relying on me, and I was like, I shouldn't disappoint them. And at one point, I just got to the point where I was like, I cannot handle it anymore. And it's like all the suppressed emotion that just got out, and I couldn't be the supply for happiness for others anymore. And I became like this angry person, and I was like to everyone, like, just go away from me, just leave me alone, I need my time, take care about your shit, I'm not taking care about them anymore. And I started being like super intensely selfish, but I couldn't find the other way to fill my cup. This was the only way. I had to set the boundaries. You know how it is. You give people like a finger and they will take the whole arm. It's always like this. If you don't set the boundaries, you're gone. Your energy will be depleted. And that's what I'm seeing in this industry in general. Like, people want to help, and this is beautiful. Yet you cannot help from an empty cup. You need to feel yourself first. And to give you the real example, what happens when you're really selfish, as soon as I moved away from Slovenia again, and it happened the first time, the second one, the third time, and the fourth one, it was always the same. People that used to rely on me being there and cheering them up, they need to find this happiness within them. My parents, as soon as I moved away, every time I moved away, they found new hobby, they started reading new books, they went into personal development industry, they are working on themselves, they're listening podcasts, they're like doing crazy things when they are 50, only because I'm gone, or like I was selfish enough that I didn't stay there and want to help them, so they had to figure out how to help themselves. And this is how people got awakened. This is how people got changed. This is where all the change in this world is happening. So the most crucial thing here is, when you're gonna be selfish enough, you're gonna help other people to awaken. They're gonna find this power within them, because all the people have the same power. If you found the power, it doesn't mean that you need to like share it with the whole world and that all the people had to have a supply. You're not like electricity, you're not a supply for energy for all the people around there. It's like every single person has the same supply and it's coming from above. And if you are selfish, if you take care about yourself, you allow people to find the supply of energy, and this will make them grow. This is what makes the biggest shifts in people's life. And this is how you contribute the most to this life. So the thing is, okay, wait a second. Are you coming to the video? If you want to come, you can join the... I'm still streaming. I can set you a question. What do you think about being selfish? So where were I? I don't know. I forgot where I ended up. But the thing is that if you really take care of yourself, it will help others as well. So that's why I share with you the booklet. And I also share the link below. So make sure you grab it if you haven't. If you have any questions, if you have any desires, what do you want me to talk about in the next one or the next video, just send a message to me, share it with me, your comments, your thoughts, whatever comes to you. Because I believe that it is a bit provocative and it is a bit controversial and people are not really like connecting with it yet. Because they see it as a bad word, like selfishness is such a bad word. But then if you read the booklet, you will see that there is a whole, like the shift in perception if you really go in depth about the selfishness. So I believe it can help us tremendously to set ourselves free. And that's something that we all crave for. Freedom, like feeling love, feeling this connection with ourselves, because this is the real connection that we are missing. We don't miss the connection out there. It's like if you got a connection with Wi-Fi, yeah, you feel connected somehow, but that's just a lame excuse. It's like if you cannot handle being without Wi-Fi, it just means that you don't have a good connection with yourself. So this is the thing that I want you to work on more. So that's all I have to share with you today. And yeah, stay tuned for whatever is coming, because there are beautiful things coming out. So take care, guys. Good night to Slovenians and UK people, and good evening too. No, it's not good evening even yet. Good afternoon. No. How do you say goodbye? Good afternoon. Yeah, but good. I don't know. See you later. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to make another joke, but I'm not good with them. So yeah, take care, guys, and talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.